And I think we have a good chance of winning New York. We're going to give it a big play. We're going to the South Bronx to do a rally. We're going to be doing a rally at Madison Square Garden, we believe. We think we're signing Madison Square Garden to do it. We're going to have a big rally. But we had a country that was respected, and now we have a country that's a joke. It's being laughed at all over the world, and you have riots at all the universities. The only place that's locked down is this courthouse because they don't want any supporters here. They don't want MAGA here. They don't want anybody here. This thing is locked down like a buttoned-up vest, and it shouldn't be. If they did the same lockdown in Columbia, NYU, and the colleges and universities, you'd have no problem whatsoever. But there, you can put tents up, you can stay as long as you want. But this courthouse is locked down. There's not a person within 5 blocks. They have more police here than, and I call them New York's finest because that's what they are. And they don't want to be doing this either. They like to be straightening out conditions, and they'd like to be at the colleges and making sure that they don't have what's happening, because what's happening at the colleges is a disgrace. All over the world, people are laughing at us. This is the worst run country right now, probably anywhere, just about. You don't get much worse. We have a president who's a disaster. We have a president who's the worst president in the history of our country. All you have to do is look at the millions of people coming in from prisons, from mental institutions and terrorists. They're coming in at levels we've never seen before. So I'm going to go in now and sit in front of a case, election interference. This is the way they think they're going to get elected. But I guess based on what I'm looking at, it's driving up my poll numbers, not driving them down. Thank you very much.
Donald Trump's recent appearance at the Manhattan District Attorney criminal trial stirred up quite a commotion. Arriving on day 7 of week 2, Trump seemed visibly anxious, expressing his belief that he would win the state of New York in the upcoming 2024 election. However, his optimism was met with another application from the Manhattan District Attorney, seeking to hold him in contempt once again. Throughout the trial, Trump has been making statements that violate the gag order in place, further complicating the legal proceedings. One such statement involved Trump accusing the jury of unfairness, claiming that it consisted of 95% Democrats. This accusation, along with his contradictory remarks about winning New York, while criticizing the supposed lack of fairness in the jury selection process. As Trump entered the courtroom, he was bombarded with questions from reporters, to which he responded with his usual blend of bravado and misinformation. In the midst of his court appearance, an oral argument was underway before the United States Supreme Court regarding Trump's claim of absolute presidential immunity. His lawyer argued that Trump could theoretically order military actions against his political opponents, or even launch a coup, all under the guise of official presidential acts. Meanwhile, Trump's former associate David Pecker testified on additional aspects of the case. Amidst these developments, Trump remained steadfast in his conviction that he would prevail, even going as far as announcing plans for a rally in the Bronx and another at Madison Square Garden. However, his choice of venue raised eyebrows, as Madison Square Garden had been used for controversial events in the past, including rallies held by 1930s. Despite Trump's claims that his supporters were being prevented from attending the trial due to a lockdown, in reality, there was no lockdown, and Trump protesters could have shown up if they wished. However, the lack of turnout indicated that even his most ardent supporters were wary of associating themselves with his legal troubles. During his appearance, Trump took the opportunity to criticize the state of the country, blaming the current administration for what he perceived as a decline in respect and order. He lamented the unrest at universities and the supposed influx of criminals.